Hey, what's that sound? Oh, it's the annual chorus of "This is the year the Spurs finally decline." A familiar refrain. After having a so-so off-season, while the top teams in the West like the Rockets and Thunder brought out the heavy artillery, the Spurs are once again being kept off the list of significant title threats. Not buying it. Because they're so consistently excellent, the Spurs are seemingly overlooked pretty much every single year. Since Greg Popovich's first full season as head coach, the Spurs have only finished with less than 50 wins once, and that's because it was the lockout season of 1998-99, when they finished 37-13 and won the NBA title. Even in the lockout-shortened season of 2011-12, the Spurs still managed to get to the 50-win plateau. Last year, San Antonio was supposed to suffer a massive drop-off after the retirement of Tim Duncan. They're too old. Kawhi's not ready to take the leap. LaMarcus Aldridge just doesn't work there. The Spurs went 61-21, led the league in defensive rating, 100.9, and were 7th in offensive rating, 108.8, giving them a net rating of 7.9. It was only a failure in comparison to the previous season, in which they won 67 games and led the NBA, yes, even better than the 73-win Warriors, with a net rating of 11.8. So the Spurs got worse, technically, but were still basically the second-best team in the NBA. And if Kawhi doesn't land on Zaza Pachulia's foot in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, who knows what story we're telling now. Yet here we are, a year later, and once again San Antonio is being undersold as a title contender. When will we learn? That being said, there are plenty of issues and questions that need to be addressed. But history says the Spurs will slowly and methodically find the answers. What's going on with Kawhi? There's reason to be concerned in San Antonio. Kawhi Leonard is not healthy. He missed all of the preseason and has already been ruled out for the Spurs season opener against the Minnesota Timberwolves on Friday due to tendinopathy in his right quad. Even worse, Popovich has indicated that the injury first revealed itself sometime last season and said that there's no timetable for his return in the most pop way possible. "I don't gauge it," Popovich said via the San Antonio Express News. "He's still rehabbing, and when he's ready, he'll be ready." Thanks, Pop. One of the Spurs' calling cards over the past 2 decades is that they're almost arrogantly unconcerned with regular season performance. With that in mind, the organization will likely wait until Leonard is truly 100% healthy before unleashing him on opponents. It could be a serious problem for the Spurs if he's out for an extended period of time. Leonard was an MVP finalist last season, and many have made the case that he deserved the award over Russell Westbrook, given his team's success and his ability to play both ends of the court. San Antonio was plus 8.6 per 100 possessions with Leonard on the court last season, better than both Westbrook and MVP runner-up James Harden. Leonard's usage rate, 31.2, was also among the highest in the league. So the statistics back up exactly what common sense tells you. The Spurs need Kawhi on the floor to be a great team. They'll probably be able to win more than they lose without him, but if his injury lingers, San Antonio could seriously struggle.